Welcome back. Today is workout lower body A, which is more quad focused. Later in the week, I do a lower body B workout, which leans more towards hamstrings. Both sessions work quads and hams, but the balance shifts depending on the day. So if you're ready, let's begin. As a quick side note before we dive in, here is the split I'm running right now. Upper body, lower body A, rest, pull day, push day, lower body B, and then rest another day. It's been working pretty well, but sometimes I struggle with having enough time to recover in between the workouts. Now, I'll be honest with you, some days before a workout, I feel tired or lazy. The couch looks more inviting than the squat rack. But here's what I've noticed. By the second or the third set, I'm wide awake, pumped, and glad that I didn't skip it. So if you've ever felt the same, trust me, you're not alone. Just push through those first couple of sets. The motivation often shows up after you start. I kicked things off with the belt squats. The working sets were 4 sets of 10 with 240 pounds. You may notice that I'm wearing knee sleeves here. In the past, I've used knee wraps on occasion, but I picked up some sleeves recently since they're much quicker to get on and off. Both work fine, but let's just say that the sleeves are way more convenient. No more 5-minute knee wrapping marathons. At this rate, I'm saving enough time to binge one extra Netflix episode a week. These belt squats load the quads heavily while sparing my lower back and shoulders. A great way to push heavy without the barbell stress. Next up, Bulgarian split squats. 3 sets with 20-pound dumbbells. 11 reps each set. These don't require huge weights to feel brutal. They torch your quads while also challenging balance. And when you're wearing knee sleeves, they just give enough support without slowing you down. Bulgarian split squats are a movement that convinces you that stairs are overrated. Here's a fun fact. This movement's single leg nature helps correct strength imbalances between sides. Almost everyone has one leg stronger than the other, and this exposes it instantly. Also, research shows that split squats activate the glutes and the stabilizers far more than traditional squats, which can improve athletic balances and core control. After that, I moved to leg extensions. 3 sets at 135 pounds for 10 reps, and then I did one more set, but at 110 pounds for 11 reps. This is great for isolating the quads without involving other muscles. I should have held a pause at the top to really squeeze, but I'll admit it, I was a little quick here. Fun fact, the leg extensions target the rectus femoris, one of the few quad muscles that crosses both the hip and knee. That's why you get that front of the thigh burn that no compound lift duplicates. Changing your toe angle can subtly shift the emphasis. Toes out slightly hits the inner quads, while toes in can emphasize the outer sweep. I tend to stay neutral and keep things balanced. EMG studies show that peak quad activation happens at the top of the movement. My plan did not actually call for leg curls. But here's why I added one set with 45 pounds for 16 reps. Going straight into Nordic curls with cold hamstrings is asking for trouble. Since you can't exactly go light on a Nordic curl, this was the perfect way to warm up the hamstrings a bit and reduce injury risk. So finally onto the Nordic curls. 3 sets with the bench set at 25-degree angle. These hammer the hamstrings eccentrically, meaning you're controlling the lowering phase. That's where a lot of the strength and injury prevention benefits come from. As I improve, I'll lower the angle to make them even harder. At some point, gravity always wins. The goal is to just make it fight harder for it. Eccentric hamstring training like this has been shown to dramatically reduce the risk of hamstring strains, a common problem for athletes and lifters alike. As you know, I track my bench angle over time, and as I get stronger, I lower it closer to flat, which increases the difficulty. When I started doing Nordic curls, I had the bench at about a 45-degree angle, and now I'm down to 25. This is one of those rare exercises where progress is measured by how far closer to the floor you can control yourself. So that's lower body A, quad focus, but still giving the hamstrings their share of work. Later this week, I'll flip the emphasis with lower body B. And remember, even on the days you don't feel like training, by the second or third set, you'll be glad you showed up. Well, until next time, have a great day.
I'm such a fair girl. Yes, she is. You're a good girl.